Foiling is probably one of the most addictive sports you can get into, in my opinion. I just want to start coming on here because I've known a lot of you that follow me. I know a lot of people that are into the lifestyle, and I get really curious on how people live their lives around this sport because it takes up so much time. It's like surfing, it's like all of those sports that pretty much consume your life, and everyone has their weird little way of living their life and also being able to maximize their time on the water. And I want to take you with me on mine. I've had such a huge past few years. I want to document it a bit more and show you what is possible with this sport, how I balance my work and my life and my training and keeping up with the sport. So incredibly cool, the people that foiling has brought me and the places it's taken me. The community around it is one of the most amazing communities I've ever been a part of, and that's the main reason it completely changed my life, because I went from, loving the gym and loving all of that sort of stuff, but you never really connected with a community of people. And in an age of social media, we're kind of more disconnected than we ever have been. So having foiling and being able to travel to the other side of the world and connect with people that are just like you is one of the most incredible things. So if all I can do is inspire you to stick with the sport and to grow with the sport and keep the etiquette the way it has been the past few years, I'd be so grateful. I have lived the past 5 years foiling, basically. I started winging and then I went to paddling, proning, downwinding, parawinging, flat watering. Loved every second of it, loved trying it all. Still, I would argue a complete novice at most of it. I'm learning and I want to just get better, that's all I want to do. I also want to inspire not just women, but men as well, everyone to get in the water to live a more adventurous life. Hard to try and balance gym and training on top of foiling and all the adventure sports I do, because if I'm not training and in the gym, I'm going to get injured, and I have so many times. I'm actually recovering from a knee injury at the moment just from not having strong enough quads to combat the foiling that I'm doing. So I'm sort of trying to get into a really good routine where every morning I wake up and I do some training when we're not foiling. It's hard with conditions, obviously. If it's windy in the morning, we're gonna go. And if there's waves, we're gonna go. But anywhere I can fit it in, I'm training mobility and strength and cardio. Air bike is probably one of the best things for cardio that I can think of, because you can hit it for 10 minutes and get a really good workout. Besides that, I do a push-pull split, which I'll try and explain a little bit better, to make sure you're just hitting every single muscle in your body. So push, pull, legs. It's a 3-day split. You're never too sore at once for foiling, but you're hitting sort of every aspect of your body. So we're gonna go do some little parawing upwind downwinders, because I'm trying to get a better handle on the parawing. We just had some new Flow V2s released, so I'm so keen to use them. Trying this for the first time, yum. Food is fuel. Anyway, I'll show you my techniques for the handlebar bite, because that's my favourite way to pack down, obviously. And wind is looking very light, but see how many kilometres we can rack up, I reckon. Let's do it.
Este movimiento Maldito tren, cuánto tiempo. Pasajeros pasan y se van. El destino está lleno de andenes. En alguno tendré que bajar. Y aunque volveré a embarcarme, embrujada por el loco
Adam has just finished building the most incredible drying room. These are our wetsuit dryers. We hang our wetties on there when we're done. Little hooks, we got a fan, and then like another rack, and we put our vests. These are actually magnetic, so you can pull them off, and you can hang stuff on there. I don't know. We like to build our house around the things we love. I obviously post so much about foiling and my life of adventure, and that's all I do, but I think the thing that would surprise people the most is that I do still work 30 plus hours a week. I just do it at 9 p.m. at night. I try and smash out like a couple hours of work, and then I'll get up early, do my training, work, and then you've got the prime foiling time to go foiling or do your adventure. Same as if I was in the mountains. Like I'd go skiing all day and then I would work at night. Super grateful that my job is flexible like that. I just posted a YouTube video on everything I take on a downwind run, which is a fun one, so you can go check it out. I get asked all the time how I recover when I'm training every day, when I'm foiling hard, and when I'm just pushing myself to the limits, and how I stay feeling good so I can show up the next day over and over again. And I have the biggest hack and the thing that I do most days. This is probably the biggest non-negotiable in my routine, even though I negotiate with myself every single morning about it, but cold and hot immersion is absolutely critical for your recovery or your mental health or your mental state. Just feeling good when you're training hard. I think foiling is way more demanding than it looks. Like you're using so many tiny muscles for stabilization. You're using so much endurance and strength at the same time. You're out there for so much longer than someone would be in a normal gym or training session. So you're just absolutely exhausting yourself. And then I like to add gym training on top of that and recovery as a non-negotiable, and it's just the only way you can actually really survive and progress in the sport. 3 to 4 minutes at 8 degrees, and the crazy thing is it reduces inflammation in your body and it also calms your nervous system. Be lucky, today's one of those afternoons where we have like 15 knots of wind, and those are the perfect little downwind days. At the moment I'm totally hooked on downwind foiling, and that's what I'm trying to learn. It's probably the hardest discipline I've had to learn by far, but we're gonna go now, see what the weather's like. You never know with our conditions, it's either amazing or it's terrible. We are by, way down low. In this life, through the day, flux is always there.
think you're wrong. Things you love. Things you think you
This is the thing we do every night because you're either going to find this extremely weird, you're only going to find this extremely weird. So Adam and I meal prep 3 weeks in advance our dinners. So every night we eat the exact same thing for the sake of we can get back at 8:39 at night and don't have to cook. It's all about maximizing foil time, that's what we think. So anyway, I'm going to show you exactly what we make every night. Super nutritious, delicious, and you can cook it. We cook 3 weeks worth of food in probably like 3 hours, so you save so much time. I have 3 freezers at a time, but this is my little freezer drawer with all my meals, and then Adam's is in the other freezer. So honestly, like, time saving 101 is meal prep, and we were like, okay, you can meal prep for a week, but why not meal prep for 3 weeks and just freeze it all? So good. It sucks when it comes time to cook everything though. It takes a lot of mental power. I think it's so interesting because someone's either going to absolutely hate my life and think it's the worst thing in the world, whereas other people will be like, that is the coolest freaking thing ever. Like, I live every day doing some sort of adventure, but you sacrifice a lot. Like, you don't have time to go out and party, and I used to go to gigs a lot and stuff, and now I haven't been to one in like 2 years, because that time I would rather work and edit so that I can be on the water the rest of the time, you know? So the other thing, every night after a huge foil session like that, not only do I drink it in my vest, freaking love this stuff, I also have it when I get home, when I'm getting in the sauna. So we're gonna eat, and then we're gonna get in the sauna, and I always take my sody with me. It's sodium, potassium, magnesium, so good for recovery, electrolytes, all that jazz. Absolutely swear by this stuff. I think one of the biggest things initially with foiling is finding that like work-life balance. That's probably that was the hardest thing. I went through a period of time where I was just totally, I don't know, just disassociated with life, because I thought it meant I could just go out in the water every day and that would be it. But it's not the reality, and the way my life is seen on social media, you wouldn't expect it, but I spend so much time at my computer, whether it's editing or doing my my work. I think there's so much life lesson as well to be taught through the sport. It's taught me patience, it's taught me, you know, to be responsible for my own actions, because when you're out there and you do something wrong, it's on you. And it's the sport that has taught me the most composure as well. Without it, I would be a completely different person. I don't even know where I would be right now, to be honest, but I absolutely love my life. I couldn't be more grateful for the place I'm in, and I just have this huge feeling that we are just going to grow even more. So yeah, let's see what the year brings, and I'll try and answer any questions I can, or just give you as much advice as I can, but I think it's going to be a big one.